Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Ghost Prime. Today I want to take a look back at Generation 1 Metroplex. He originally was going to appear in the Diaclone line, but didn't. Instead, he appeared in Transformers, and he's a later addition to the Transformer Generation 1 cast. He did appear in the 1986 movie, albeit briefly in just a tiny little scene, blink and you'll miss it sort of scene, where he was just sort of sitting there. He didn't transform. It wasn't until Five Faces of Darkness where he actually got to transform and fight Trypticon, which, if you haven't seen, is pretty cool. It did take him about the whole 5 episodes of Five Faces of Darkness to transform because he had a broken Transformers transformation cog. What's really interesting about him is his name is originally going to be Fortress Maximus, but they changed it and gave that to another character. He's also a combiner of sorts, which is also a really weird figure, and I love this guy. I never had him as a kid. This is my adult collectible version. So I'm going to try to go over him and most all of his accessories. I'm missing one. So please like and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get to the review.
Only we have a military attack group like the Combaticons. Transform Combaticons and attack the new Autobot city.
More than meets the eye.
Autobots, this is our new city, Metroplex. It can transform into a battle station and then transform again into the gigantic Metroplex himself.
But the Combaticons can combine to form Bruticus.
Decepticons attack! Transform Metroplex!
The Transformers!
The Transformers from Hasbro.
So I have him laid out here with his accessories, but before we actually get into this, let's take a look at the box. My box is destroyed, so that's why I have this picture right here up so we could see exactly what the box looked like, and it's a pretty big box. Now, moving on to accessories, he comes with a bunch of things. I mean, just an epic ton of accessories. He has knee pads, which can't, there we go, here's the focus, knee pads. He has, this is a building piece. You can see the windows right there. Looks like the top of a building. Has ports on it. 2 fists. The left and right. His fists are completely hollow. He comes with shoulder-mounted guns, which is a left and a right. He has a small gun. Now, he has actually a smaller gun than this, which I unfortunately do not have. It is Scamper's gun. Speaking of Scamper, here he is. And these do come off, so I don't want to really include them in accessories. I think this is sort of one giant accessory. The arms come off to be, well, arms put on right there. So I'll show later. And he has the tank piece, which has this piece that folds out. 6 guns head and torso or tower. Also part of 6 gun, also a in place cannon. A shoulder mounted rod. Two giant cannons or feet. I always loved these as boots, so those are really cool. And 3 missiles. I think it comes with 3 missiles. I have another one that is in my bag where my original instructions are, which is why I'm putting them on the screen here so you can see this massive instruction sheet. Also, you have, of course, Metroplex himself. Now, this was a very, very large figure back in the day. I didn't have him as a child, and oh man, did I ever want them. There are 2 versions. There's this version of him with the chrome legs and the rubber tires. And then there's one that came later, which had just chrome stickers right here and plastic tires. So this is the rubber tire version. And as you can see, he has ports here, here, and here, and on the other side. So they're combiner ports. And what this is for is to put all the aerial bots on, which is kind of a weird play pattern, I think. It doesn't really look good to me. But you can put any type of Scramble City figures on there. Here he is with his accessories on and armed up. And he is a beefy, beefy bot. Just dig this guy. Let's get close up on that head sculpt there. The head is non-moving, but it's got this beautiful chrome face. That's why when they did the Titan Metroplex, I really wish that the American version would have had the chrome face. I do have the chrome face. I guess the San Diego Comic-Con one did. I have the Japanese one with the chrome face because he has to have his chrome face. I love his chrome face. And the antenna that move. You get the Autobot logo there. Stickers all look really good. He has a fold-down missile launcher there, which I think is more for vehicle mode, but I like it in robot mode. It just adds to that sort of like giant robot sort of, feel that he's going to go just destroy. Very, very cool looking figure. I love the chrome on him. The sticker detail with the red. And then all right down to his feet. Being a later figure, he did come with a rub sign right there. And turn around, say the side, then the back. Now you could take this piece here and just stick it right there, and I also just store that in there as well, like that. If you so you could kind of have some of the accessories in there. These pieces sometimes I'll store in the legs. So let's go for articulation. Articulation, he is a Generation 1 figure. So his articulation, he does have a bit of a waist here. I don't want to move that until I transform it. He is known to break there very easily, and that scares the hell out of me that I'm going to break it during this review. So I'm going to move it only when I have to. And he has arms they are ratcheted, and they will go 360. Nothing at the elbow. I guess the fists, you could say that they do back and forth. The missiles here in the end, there is a launching mechanism, but there are no springs. So these do not shoot. And he has 2 of them. His legs, actually, see, hold it here, can move forward as well as backward. Oh, I'm really terrified of breaking that waist. So hold it here as well as backward. Kind of further than that, but they will move backward. And they can move apart all the way, actually. So you kind of kick. I guess you get a little bit of movement there than me. Either way, it's not really enough to pose him. But that's okay. He's Generation 1. That's all you really need to do. That always does that on mine. I'm not sure if they did that at New. I would guess probably. But now, he's not the only bot you get. Like I did mention, you get this guy. If I could get it in focus. Scamper. So to transform him, you take his arms off the top, which are always commonly missing, by the way. And then you just take the car, fold it down, fold this back around, revealing the head. And make sure I got the right fist on the right side. I do not. Arms going here. And there he is. So you do have a small gun with this guy, but I don't have it. But I always dig the way this guy looks. I think he looks very, very cool. And I love the 2 wheels in the back, which are not rubber. He's plastic. He's entirely plastic. The only paint is on the visor, but still just a really cool little figure. Now, he also comes with this guy, which did get a updated standalone figure recently. My stickers have seen the better days on this one. This piece here does fold out for city mode. Doesn't transform into a robot, though. It's just a tank. And we have 6 gun also. To make 6 gun, you're going to need these 2 and these 2 guns. Move them back, as well as this piece here, this piece here. They go on frictions together like this. And there is a way you're going to know if you get one of these that is a incorrect version. Like I said, there's 2 versions of this guy. One with the plastic tires and one with the rubber. So they did come with slight variations on this, and they're so slight that you can't tell unless you actually try to put them together. And you take one of the legs here, and you have to take out the missile, turn it around where you'll see some holes in the back and a peg. Peg that in. Do it for both legs. Peg it in and set him down for a second. And then we take these guns here. And I already have this attached, but this is the gun that goes right here. This is 6 guns gun. And you just attach these 2 holes on either side, which, oops, become his arms. We do have one more part to put on it, which is that part that I had stored away here. So you take this part here, turn him on his back, and put that right in the back. Now, this is where you know this gun does not actually belong to this figure because it's really loose. It should hold tighter. I need to find one that actually fits. Move that down so we can see it. I need to find one that actually fits into this figure properly, but I think he displays okay. I don't really display him like this too much, but he displays just fine. And he does have a gun, which is hard to move, and he just falls apart. It's okay. Part of his charm. Let me get that like that even. So move that so it doesn't fall off. But you can, rotate his arms all the way around. That's pretty much all you can do with both arms. But 6 gun has a gun. I mean, he's pretty well armed. So I think that's really cool. And he's a good size. These guys are really, really tiny. Just to take in my KO Nemesis Prime here, for example, because he's the same size as regular Optimus Prime. So you can see he's actually taller than a G1 Prime. Really cool. But getting back into good old Metroplex, and we're going to go ahead and set these guys aside. Now, this guy is actually a triple changer, which is awesome. So let's do his first mode. First mode's really easy. Transform. You just take his arm, pull it back like that, move it, push it in, take off the fist. This piece comes out. Similar on this side, take off the fist, collapse the arm, turn it all the way around. Now we're going to move the antenna here, and on top is a gun. Now, I'm not sure if this goes out in this mode, but we're going to arm him to the teeth. So, and now we take his legs, pull his front flaps open. Yes, he has leg flaps. And go ahead and move his legs forward. I'm going to set him down. Then move this other antenna down. Push his head down till it locks. So right now we have something that looks like this. Move the camera down. And this is pretty cool if you want a runway for jets, but it has ports here to put his weapons. Just go ahead and put the missiles back in. And these guns here clip back into the ports on the side. That's where they came from robot mode. And you could even go ahead and put the missiles down there. And he is a rolling battle station. Very squeaky one. But it's a rolling battle station. I've always loved this. Very cool. Like, this is just something that's so rad. I just dug this. Like, as a kid, my friends had this. I was enamored with this mode. I thought this was just amazing. It's a rolling battle station. That's like almost like a land aircraft carrier, and it is wicked looking. And I love this so much. This is just one of the coolest things ever in Transformers, in my opinion. I really, really, really dig this. Just a whole lot. And he also does transform into a city, and this is where it gets a little. I'm a little bit. I had a little bit of some reservations about transforming him into a city because of his waist. They break so easily. So for his city mode, what we're going to do is go ahead and move the legs back down. I'm going to move this way just because it's easier for me to move it. I'll go ahead and move the leg. Actually, let's do this. Let's turn this like this first because I'm going to kind of run into some clearance issues. So we're going to want to open up the back of the leg like so, which is hollow in here, which is why I generally try to store like this piece in here because it will fit just fine. I don't lose it that way. So we take this, and we go ahead and move that all the way back. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to try to hold them by the waist, not to carry all the weight by this piece, because that is the brakes. Right here, move this open a bit, open this up. Kind of spread it out a little for both sides. There we go. Now comes the scary part. There. All right, didn't break. So now let's take this out for a second. Take this out. Move this arm up, rotate that up, and then push it all the way down a channel all the way around to the back. And then I'm going to pop the head for a second. There's a little button back here, which moves this like this. And we can take this arm and move that up, like so. And go ahead and just push the head right back down. So this piece is going to move that arm, move this. Actually, I remember which direction that goes. I think on the box, it shows it like that because it has the lights here, but which is kind of weird to me. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that up because this is what I want to do. Close that, which I will show you later.
Spoilers.
And now we're going to take this piece and just pop his head right in there to make an in-place cannon. And that 2 slots right there goes right there. Big slammer here. Fold out that. I think technically you're supposed to take this off, but I have no. There's no other real place to put it as far as I'm aware, so I'm just going to leave it on, and I think it looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there to make a giant tower. We're going to take Scamper, take his arms off, transform him back into a car. Open up this chest. Pull this out. Yeah, let's see if I got it. There we go. And go ahead and put him right in there. And now you could either put these like this or like this, and I like it as a battle station. So that's what it is going to be for me, is a battle station. You could put this one over here in the back, or really kind of plugs in anywhere. Same goes with this. If you have the arm like this, you just go ahead and, oh, I thought that fit. That does not fit. So there are some parts left over. So actually moving back. So these guns go fit right in the knees there. So they are giant cannons. And this is his base mode, which is rather small for a base, but it's just really very cool. I mean, it's really cool just to have. He does have this little lever here, and if you push that forward, it has a little mechanism that pushes Scamper out, and he goes rolling. Let's try that again. So you take the little piece here, push it forward, it pushes him out the ramp, which is cool because you're pushing it forward, which pushes another lever on the inside. Really, really cool. Now, size-wise, he's not too big, like I mentioned. He's relatively small. I did forget one piece. This piece right here. We'll go ahead and stick that on the back. There we go. Now there he's complete with the tower in the back. I did forget, but like I was saying, he is rather small for base, but he's pretty good for Micromasters or the mini bots. Like as you could see with Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee here. So you can see how even could possibly work, but I don't want to put them all the way back there. Big hands, really made for kids. So you can see an idea of size on this. That's how big he is. But this is cool because you could have mini bots. Let's see if I can get you to stand up. Stand here and man these guns. Very cool. There's a lot of playability in this. And it looks really good. The helipad is pretty awesome. Overall, it's just a really, really fun figure. And with that, let's get into final thoughts. As I've said, I really love this figure. So should you get one if you don't have one? Absolutely, you should. Now, there is a KO out there. The KO has some darker plastic, and it's probably cheaper than you could find one complete. He's very hard to find complete. Also, you could play with the KO version. You could just set it out, mess around with it. It's really cool. The vintage one does tend to break here. While you could fix it, it is still kind of rough to break a vintage toy. I'm glad this one didn't break during the review, which I was terrified of. So I can't really mess around with this thing too much. But he's one of my favorites. I absolutely love him. There's also a KO of the Metro Titan version, which is a Decepticon. And I don't have that, but I do intend to get that because a Metro Titan is prohibitively expensive. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.